page 45 in your math journal. Make sure you give it the page number 45, and we're going to give this one the title of Opposites and Absolute Value. All right, so before we start doing any teaching with this, let's go ahead and write some definitions. Okay, opposites we kind of talked about on the last lesson. Let's skip one line, and I want you to write the definition of opposite. Opposites have the same distance from zero. Okay, they are also opposite in sign. Meaning positive or negative. So -4 and +4 would be examples of opposites. They are both 4 units away from 0, but one is in the negative direction and the other is in the positive direction. So let's make a number line here. And let's show -4 and +4. So I want 0 right in the middle. Okay, let's find +4. So let's go ahead and write 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to put a dot on that. Okay, that would be +4. In the other direction, -1, 1 below 0. -2 is 2 below 0. -3 is 3 below 0. -4 is 4 below 0. We're going to put a dot there. Now, as you can see, this right here is 4 units away. This one here is also 4 units away. So you can see that they're both 4 units away. They're just in opposite directions. So that's how you can see opposites. Now, absolute value, skip one line. We're going to write another definition here. Absolute value just means the distance a number is from 0. Okay, and when we're after the absolute value, it is shown by drawing 2 parallel lines and then putting the number inside. So, examples. The absolute value of -4 is how far from 0? It's 4 units. Now remember that distance can't be negative. So up here, I want you to write in parentheses, always positive. Okay, distance can't be negative. I can't travel -3 miles. So, how far is -4 from 0? 4 units. What is the absolute value of -1.5? It's 1.5 units away from 0. What's the absolute value of +3.2? Well, it's 3.2 units away from 0. Notice how whether it's negative or positive inside, it's always going to come out positive. All it means is how far that number is away from 0. Whether it's negative direction or positive direction, it's that many units away from 0. So up here, you can see my positive value of 4 units. The absolute value of negative 4 is 4. The absolute value of positive 4 is 4. They're 4 units away from 0. Now, where would this be useful? Sometimes we're looking at distance between something. And so when we're working with the absolute value, we're thinking about how far apart they are rather than their location on the number line. So with absolute value, it's going to have you say, like, how far, let's write this down. How far is it from -7 to +2? Okay, this is where absolute value is going to come in handy for us. I want to know how far it is between the two of them. So if I were to draw a number line, I have 0, -1, -2. I'm going to go to -7. Then I need to make it to +2. Sorry, that should be 1, 2, 3. No, we keep going. Okay, I want to know how far it is from -7, so I'm going to put a dot here, to +2. Okay, this is where absolute value comes in handy. The absolute value, or distance from 0 of -7, is 7 units. Well, the distance from 0 to 2, the absolute value of +2 is 2. So if it's 7 units to 0, and then another 2 from 0, that's a total of 9. But this is where the absolute value part comes in. 7 units plus 2 more units, that would be a total of 9 units. But do you see how we would be using that absolute value to help us think it through? All right, that's really all I need you to worry about right now. I take that back. Let's do a couple of examples. If I have, let's say, the absolute value of -11, and I want to minus the absolute value of 3. Okay, what you have to do first is you have to first find the absolute value, then do the whatever it says here. So, how far is -11 from 0? That would be 11. How far is 3 from 0? 3. Okay, now we're just going to subtract. 11 minus 3 would be 8. Okay, let's try another one. Let's do the absolute value of -14 plus the absolute value of -6. Okay, absolute value of -14 is 14. It's 14 units away from 0. Absolute value of -6, it's 6 units away from 0. Then, together, we have 20. Now, it's just a little bit different from what I'm going to do here. I want to know the absolute value of 14 minus 3. Now notice this is a little bit different. These ones up here, we had to do the absolute value before we could do the minusing. That's because the minus was not part of the absolute value. This right here, kind of treat it like parentheses. This is saying, what is the absolute value of this? Well, we got to figure out what this is first. So, 14 minus 3 would be 11. Then the absolute value of 11 is 11. All right, that's all you need to do for this one.